Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Apex Legends video. My name is Sweat if you guys are new, and in today's video we are going to be going over some tips and tricks that you might need to be conquering in solo diamond lobbies in order to gain RP consistently with those random teammates. You never know what you're going to get. It's like the lottery, honestly. You either get a good teammate or you get a bad teammate, but there's a much higher chance of you getting bad teammates than good teammates. I don't know how the system works. Matchmaking is all bugged, but anyways, guys, I'm gonna throw 5 tips at you to hopefully gain you consistent RP in diamond. Then we're gonna take a look at some gameplays, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you do, make sure to drop a thumbs up at the end and subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, everybody, so the first tip that I would recommend people doing is not forcing fights. And what I mean by this is when the game just starts, obviously you loot your initial area and then you go over and you are looking to rotate in a zone and looking for fights, but you don't want to force a fight. And what I mean by this is if it's not in zone, then you don't want to run over and try to third party something across the map. You want to only take fights that are very close to you or happening very close to you. And the reason this is because once you run all the way across the map, you're increasing the odds of another third party coming right after you finish that fight, because you don't know where anybody landed in that area. So it's always very important to take note of where people land, and if you can get a third party right off the jump, then that's going to be absolutely perfect, and that will set you up for later on in the game, get you some kill points, get you some assist points, and that's exactly what you need in the beginning of the game. But you don't need to be running all over from point of interest to point of interest to try to third party every single fight in the beginning, because it's just not going to happen, and you're going to get third partied right after that and just ruin your game. Basically throw your game for 2 KP, and that's just not worth it. And the next tip that I have for you guys is worrying about rotating early and not getting caught in zone. And this is a problem that a lot of people have. You need to always be taking a look at the timer in the top right hand corner of when the zone is closing and when it is not closing. Okay, you know you can fight when the zone is not closing and you're not even close to it, or even if the zone is closing and you're already in the next zone, then you really don't have to worry about this. But a thing that I see a lot of people doing is ending up going to fight teams out of zone. Now there's a difference, and there's a thing that you should be doing once this happens. If the zone is closing and you're near a fight that's happening in zone, instead of running into zone to go clean that fight up, unless there's like 1 or 2 people knocked already, then you can easily end that fight. You want to be gatekeeping that team. And what I mean by this is standing outside of the next zone that just closed and wait for those teams to run out, because they're eventually gonna have to run out, right? They're not gonna stay in there forever unless they have a Valkyrie or there's a balloon near them. They're not gonna be able to get past you. So what I would do is stand near the edge of zone, wait for that team to come to you instead of taking a ton of health damage, using all your med kits, using all your syringes. It's gonna get you some easy KP and save your health along the way. Next up, we have gauging how your teammates play. Now, I know a lot of you guys either might be aggressive in ranked, you might be passive in ranked, or you might kind of play in the middle depending on how your other teammates play. And this is exactly what you need to do when you're playing with random teammates. Most of these guys are going to be in duos, and I mean, sometimes you all are solo queuing. That happens from time to time, but some of these guys are going to be in duos, and then like I said, some of the time it's going to be solos. So you got to really gauge how your teammates are playing. If your other 2 teammates are playing very passively with snipers and such, you're not going to be able to push teams how you want if you're an aggressive player, and vice versa. If you're a passive player and your teammates are very aggressive, you have to adapt to their play style. The reason being, you can't have 2 people on the team on the same page and the one person being you on a different page. It just cannot happen. You got to flow with your teammates. You got to do everything as a team, or else nothing is going to work. Next tip for you guys is going to be to use the long and short range combo for both aggressive and passive situations. If your teammates are sniping and such, then take a G7 scout. I personally love taking the G7 scout and like a Volt or an L-Star. L-Star's super overpowered, by the way, right now, so that's why you're going to see it in the background quite a bit until they nerf it, along with Seer, by the way, which should be coming about today. I don't know when that nerf is coming, but nonetheless, have a long and short range combo so you can get some picks from deep, and then you can also dominate your close range fight. This is going to be the best combination for rank. Don't have 2 short range weapons, because if your teammates are using charge rifles or G7s, you're going to have nothing to do while they're shooting, and vice versa. Don't take 2 snipers, because that's just never a good idea. When you get up close, it's going to be a disaster. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 5th tip today is going to be using Mobile Legends. And let's say that you squad up with a team of people who you know. All right, you got people on your team that are as good as you, if not better than you, on your team. You can use whatever legend you really want. All right, you can use Fuse for all I care, Watson, it doesn't matter. As long as your communication is on point, you can get away with it. But it's not the same with random teammates. You see, if I say someone's coming around the right corner right now, cover me for a second while I heal up, 99% of the time, I mean, if you're in a party, the people will cover you. They'll know exactly what you're talking about. But that's not the case with random teammates. Like I said, if you call that out, they might not be looking at the same location as you, even if you ping it. You can never fully trust anybody when you're solo queuing. I always say that. So I would like to use mobile legends in case I need to get out of a situation fully. Let's use Octane or Pathfinder or Wraith, Valkyrie, any of those legend, Horizon. The list goes on and on. Even Gibby has his bubble. Some legend with an escape route would be prime for solo queuing, because like I said, you want to have that extra backup in case your teammates don't understand the call out, or they aren't looking at the ping, or they're focused on something else. So I would use mobile legends, and that's what's got me all the way to solo to master, solo to predator a couple times in the past, and I would definitely recommend doing so. Last word of advice before we hop into some gameplay where I utilize all of these tactics that I'm talking about in the beginning of this video is, if you have a couple KP at the beginning of the game, let's say you have 2 kills and 1 assist or whatever, it adds up to 3. I wouldn't worry too much, because towards the end of the game, you're gonna need to fight people. It's pretty, it's like a 95% chance, 95 to 99% chance that if you're gonna win at the end of the game, you're gonna need to get those kills. You're gonna need to either get some assists or get some kills at the end of the game. So it might all fall into place for you. And what I mean by this is, don't go running out of your way, like I said earlier, for all the kills in the lobby right in the beginning. If you have a couple kill points, then sit back, because at the end of the game, you're gonna need to get those kills, you're gonna need to get those assists, and you will end with max KP most of the time if you end up winning the games. I didn't know there was a wall there.
I'm recharging my shields. Took out an enemy. Nice takedown. How'd that feel? Reloading. Enemy eliminated.
Attention.
I'm the new. Enemies right here. I'm ordered. Reloading.
Just wanna know.
Another squad is attacking us. I am taking fire.
Damn, bro. Chill.
Giving my shields a recharge. I'm recharging my
Round 4.
Guess I'll run in circles for fun.
This kid's back? What?
Your veil will
Nice.
reloading. That's the last of them, amigos. Throwing an
Oh my god. Just got piped.
my Phoenix kit. I'm taking fire. We are inside the next ring. This is our stage.
Lakshman.
Fire.
To follow.
Reloading. I'm recharging my shields. One last behind. Shooting at me. Recharging shields.
wanna know.
I'm recharging my shields.
Reloading. Enemy.
I'm going in.
Shields are recharging.
Ready, set, go.
Receiving damage.
Down that one. I'm getting back up from that.
Recharging shield.
Charging shields. Come on, come on.
Ring movement in progress.
Taking fire, friends.
Reloading. Shields are recharging.
Enemy close. Grappling.
Charging up my shields. Getting shot at. Oh look, someone's wandered into our safe space.
Reloading.
We need to move. The ring is upon us.
That's the last of them, amigos.
Oh my god, I thought I had a...
Reloading. Airstrike.
Downed one.
Good knock, bro. You're insane.
Taking fire.
Opening my heart, my friend. I'm recharging my shields. I have taken fire.
I got some bad guys here.
One day.
Go, boys. We're insane. These guys are insane. Let's go. We love to see it. They're crazy. They're cracked. Easy dub. It's quite simple. It's quite simple, boys. We just do this for a living. 3K. We all dropped fatties.